just rap, we want rebel music. And we like it cause we choose it. But if it doesn't sell, then we lose it. And radio DJs all abuse this, cause times have changed for these hip-hop heads. They got recipe hits and variety's dead. Yo, times have changed for these hip-hop heads. What happened to the gods? What happened to the dreads? What happened to the beats and digging in the crates? Yo, what happened to the DJs with real mixtapes? Man, times have changed, but not on the up and up. The balloon done pop, but they still haven't got enough. But maybe one day they'll see a new way and play music that's good instead of labels that pay. And maybe remember what's important again, like food, clothing, shelter, not 20-inch rims. But rap is gone pop and music is big business. Record execs, they push music on image. So now rappers gotta have the right image. And they all playing skins at the scrimmage. Man, it's a joke and I ain't laughing. It's like a tragic comedy performed with rapping. It's highly acclaimed and its sales have soared. You can catch it at the Sellout of the Year awards, because times have changed for these hip-hop heads. 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 Now maybe I'm old school and see a little different, but the lenses in my glasses ain't tinted. In hip-hop, selling out was bad, but nowadays it seems to be the fad. And in hip-hop, making beats was key, but nowadays everyone got a trinity. I guess that I'm old, I love digging in crates. I get my hands dirty, staying up mad late. I'm winding with a shorty and a Pete Rock tape, tagging notebooks and cutting wax until the needle breaks. I'm saving spare change to buy some new records and making mixtapes so my homeboys could check it. Freestyling on the roof in summertime, always inspired by the Brooklyn skyline. Beatboxing for the beat makes the cipher complete. At Rocksteady doing windmills on the concrete. But these commercial rap kids, they different every week. They must study MTV to learn how to speak. So this jam is dedicated to those who know me and all the real heads that recognize the phony. What I said in 92, I still say today. I ain't never selling out, it's your boy Mayday. Because times have changed for these hip-hop heads. 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 Some say I'm hating, say I got no clout, but man, I love hip-hop, and I could never sell out. I got too much respect for the power of music, while all these other phony MCs choose to abuse it. Now everyone's a G up on BET. They got a good agent, a Scully, and a fresh jersey. They rock a lot of ice, rent new whips, show a lot of cash, and rap about how they're rich. Well, I went a different route. I chose to rise above, and I only do hip-hop strictly for the love. Forget a club, you'll catch me out at open mics or on college radio, hip-hop night. I've been recording rap tracks since 1991, and nowadays I rock shows with my man Hired Gun. I sold a few mixtapes, but unpaid bill. Banked the dough, bought a studio, and now we just chill. And Angel D is my girl, I love her to death. And we'll make music together until our last breath. So now we got some fans and sell a few records, but we love what we do, and you gotta respect it. Times have changed for these hip-hop heads. Times have changed for these hip-hop heads. Times have changed for these hip-hop heads. Times have changed for these hip-hop heads.
Revolutionary heads, so-called street rappers making hits, so that's dead.
born in the flesh. I show respect to architects and overstand to be next, and drive science with my crew equipped to pass most tests. So from the roots to the tips, we strive to live righteous, teach the youth a new way, a new standard of success. No longer judged by your kicks or how expensive you dress. So we select our own gems and rise above to connect, and give birth to understanding while coming correct. Not cash or big checks, but still living fresh. 52 in the deck, vegetarian selects. Peace equals life and love is respect. So I educate the mass with each and every mic check, and represent the math that gets you higher than cess, and follow the path on which my soul has been blessed. So I must truly confess, to rise above the rest, it takes wisdom and patience, not violence or sex. To know oneself is to know the universe, and that you and I verse all cradle to the hearse. The carpenter, the teacher, the farmer, the nurse. I stand strong with my crew, for better or worse. Hey yo, gun, how you living?
Oh, you know I'm living large.
You got ice, you got cream, you got whips in your garage.
Nah, none of that, but I got a few gems. Knowledge is self-help, respect and good friends. Yo, May, how you living?
Oh, you know I'm living fat.
You got a mansion and a yacht and fully automatic gats?
No, none of that, but I got a few gems. Knowledge is self-help, respect and good friends.
I push a late role model, full throttle, always standard, fully loaded features, and you should see how it handles. Most couldn't hold a candle to the wax that we sample, and before the sun sets, every day we set examples. What I've gotten more than ample, what I've given hardly covers. This world's always at war, so I got a band of brothers. So many wanna whore, flash ice and wear butters, yet they struggle for crumbs, and they're trapped in the gutter, missing the boat that don't even have a rudder, no direction or protection as they drown in the element. I shudder to think if I went down in the drink, but my crew's the life preserver, I know it won't sink. I look to serve patrons that are hungry to think, plus carry flask of water for the thirsty to drink. See, this is dirty Jersey where the dish does stink, and if you got knots in the brain, I'm here to work out the kinks. No diamonds or links, just some funk and some licks. Same crew, same brew, same New Balance kicks. Old news, soul blues, up to the same old trick. We used to say time will tell, now we're watching it tick. We're laying it thick, cement, mortar and brick, laying down the foundation, hoping the message will stick.
Hey yo, gun, how you living?
Oh, you know I'm living large.
You got ice, you got cream, you got whips in your garage.
Nah, none of that, but I got a few gems. Knowledge is self-help, respect and good friends. Yo, May, how you living?
Oh, you know I'm living fat.
You got a mansion and a yacht and fully automatic gats?
No, none of that, but I got a few gems. Knowledge is self-help, respect and good friends. So see me on the bench, champagne and club floors. You start to recognize the world is much more. You'll see the politics derived from personal relationships, on up to the powerful, subduing the powerless. It seems ridiculous, led by an unseen hand. Is it reality? Or diaries of a madman that's written in blood onto diamonds and gold? This pursuit of loot turns the youngest to the old. Seems like the US is a big washing machine that everyone threw their minds in. But now it's time to come clean, clean, clean. Just a few gems for your mind.
Respect and good friends. How you living? How you living?
Fat, fat,
fully automatic gas.
I got a few gems. Knowledge is self-help, respect and good friends. Gems, 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 gems. Maybe the Billboard Top 40 spot. Yo, when will this commercial music bullshit stop? Before I turn this page, I gotta settle this rage. Like a lion in a cage, let me out on stage, and I'll upset the plans of the dominant man. When I attack on this track, yo, I'm ready to engage any chump in the suit, anyone flashing loot, any pretty boy recruiter, any ready-made group. Cause this is hip-hop, sucker, and I'm that motherfucker that compromise your lies and expose the truth about your marketing plans, your fake-ass fans, record label demands, and deals with the man. How you lie about the streets over Casio beats. While you're sitting in the kitchen, might as well cook some spam. Used to be an MC, but now a star on TV, who sold millions of copies to thug life wannabes. Just who do y'all think is buying these stinks? Cause the ghetto youth don't get a vote for the Grammys. Or what came first, the chicken or the egg? The record sales or commercial airplay? Or maybe the Billboard Top 40 spot? Yo, when will this commercial music bullshit stop?
Yo, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The record sales or commercial airplay? Or maybe the Billboard Top 40 spot? Yo, when will this commercial music bullshit stop? I'm flipping lyrics like a gymnast, a 3/4 turn and I'm spinning. Make a splash, then you feel the ripples in this cesspool of gangsters and female spitters turn triggers. I got a treat for all you thug killers. My tongue's a high tech, nah, my brain's a full clip and ain't no telling how many rounds I go before I empty it. Leave you coughing up blood and hacking. My face tagged on your brain to remind you of what you lacking. That's flow, rhythm skills, vocabulary. My knowledge run deep and wide like a visionary. Heard you at one of your shows, it was apparent you lack the gift, left feeling like a disappointed parent. How could one of mine end up like this? How could you sell your soul for the illusion of being rich? Since when was female synonymous with bitch? Cause that makes you the subtle one, the way I figure it. And how about that expedition? It's clearly borrowed. Your label lets you use it only if their rules are followed. And if you refuse, you're nobody. They take away your shows and your house parties. Coming back to the hood with the gold-plated chain. Stretch Lex was Knicks, now it's the bus of the train. It's a shame how you front like you was the dawn, but you're just a hooker. The industry, your last John.
Yo, word is born, but they still just a bitch. Selling records for the label, making money for the rich. Take a little advance, take the car, do a dance, and before you know it, they'll be rocking hammer pants. Do a commercial, selling products with the look. Looks like the thug got played by some real crooks. They signed the dotted line, but didn't take the time to check the fine print or read between the lines. Now they look real paid, but they just real played. They have to go triple platinum for the first dollars made. The first few million go straight to the label to pay for marketing, magazine ads on cable, not to mention manufacturing and the video shoot. Plus distribution, that all costs loot. And once that's all paid, the label gotta pay the staff. Then at last comes the profit, but they want at least half. Now that leaves the artist with, well, an average salary, but a commercial trendy image that lacks longevity. So they not so hot now. They should've thought twice, could have respect in the underground and still live nice. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The record sales or commercial airplay? Or maybe the Billboard Top 40 spot? Yo, when will this commercial music bullshit stop? It's high time we recognize the propaganda and lies that we're fed every day. We need to be the more wise and open up our eyes and start seeing for ourselves and stop believing everything we see on the news shelves. Cause media is big business. Can I get a witness? The whole truth is censored and that's just ridiculous. What happened to the First Amendment, freedom of speech? It got bought by CEOs so rich men could speak. Well, only the ones whose opinion would agree with the political platform of the media monopoly. Choices, speak now or forfeit your voices. Choices, pick the lesser two poisons. Choices, what's it gonna be in the end? Choices, enemies or fake ass friends? Well, they're both enemies, neither friends to me. NBC is GE, ABC is Disney. Fox is News Corp and Time Warner are crooks. Selling music on TV, promoting new books. You may have thought you had choices, hearing independent voices, but 90% of it's just the same corporate poison. Do your homework and stop getting jerked. Who's the man behind the man at the TV network? Wake up from your sleep, learn how to speak. Don't be another of the 10,000 sheep.
Choices, speak now or forfeit your voices.
Choices, pick the lesser two poisons. Choices,
what's it gonna be in the end? Choices, enemies or fake ass friends? We live in the land of plenty. Everybody drinking bottled water while in some places they don't have any. Bathing and drinking in the same stream, trying to wash away the filth of the American dream. Exported in gray masses above the atmosphere where it floats into factories and make you fat gear. But I'm not talking about the label made in America. Majority of name brands is made in other areas. That's That's how the Fortune 500 only makes a fortune for 500. The rest of us gets nothing. Why pay unemployed Americans a minimum wage when they can go to the third world and use child labor? You got Nike hoodies in colors that please you, probably made by a little girl in Indonesia. Rock the shell toes, 3 stripes on the side, 1 for each of the women who helped make them in China. You ever see your man in the Indian countryside in the shirt with hill figure on the outside? Probably not. In fact, he probably hates them, getting up before the crack of dawn just to make them. Most of us don't know the value of our dollars, rushing out to spend them as soon as we got them. They probably sell more Timberlands in the urban hoods than the places where people really walk in the woods. But if Timberlands are made in China, where's your money go? It's not helping the workers to stop being poor. It's not going to the neighborhoods that spend the most dough. It's going straight to the top of the pyramid for show. But the rest of us can make a choice to make our money matter. Keep the pocket of the man from getting any fatter. Before you lace up the kicks, throw the cap on your dome. Ask yourself if their logo means progress at home. If so, wear it with pride and don't look back. If not, starve the corporate greed until it gives back.
Choices, speak now or forfeit your voices.
Choices, pick the less of 2 poisons. Choices,
What's it gonna be in the end? Choices,
enemies are fake ass friends.
What ya gonna do? What ya gonna do?
Choices,
Choices,
Choices.
choices,
choices.
What ya gonna do?
Bounce with me, y'all. Whether man, woman, or child, written or freestyle, hip hop or hard rock, blood brother or stepchild. It don't matter if you're black, white, Latino, or Asian. No matter what block you're blazing, you know this shit sounds amazing. Like Spider-Man, the story's incredible like Hulk. And if the style ain't fat, it's pure muscle mass bulk. So I should make action flicks and maybe run for governor, and then appoint the illest committee of ESP brothers and sisters alike to make the future look bright. Picture the state of the state addressed with me on the mic, with dope beats by Angel D, chair of the committee, spun by UnPaid B, commissioner of techniques. But don't bring no beef to my chief of security. Topics for 2 that grill and make you swallow those teeth. Then hired gun will smooth things out with a speech to the press, spending words like a millionaire and dressed to impress, and leave no doubt in your mind that things about to change. Tax the rich, free the poor, good education for your brains, and good health care for all of the people, and make a real democracy where everybody's equal. People of the world, it's time to unite, stop fighting ourselves and pick a real fight, because we're all getting played, but y'all don't hear me. It's called the Grand Unified Theory. People of the world, it's time to unite, stop fighting ourselves and pick a real fight, because we're all getting played, but y'all don't hear me. It's called the Grand Unified Theory. The Grand Unified Theory, title borrowed from physics and applied to Marx's ideas. Let's take a visit. The state of the world today is based on many theories, but the one thing that they all lack is unity. Yeah, unity between you and me, him and her, us and them, neighborhood, race, job, sex, religion. We're so busy bickering about our petty differences that we forget the elite group that's steady pimping us. If you work for a wage, you're just as good as a slave, and if your benefits are good, well of course you're paid. And the people without, well of course they can't afford. But while we all struggle, there's always one group that hoards the money, the power, political control that got us dog eat dog and selling our souls. Man, it just ain't right. No, it's wrong, can't you see? Not cause we're too busy trying to make ends meet, too brainwashed to spend and keep up with the Joneses. Consumer buying machines, the first of the clones. So people of the world and all across the nation, what we need is some union, a grand unification. People of the world, it's time to unite, stop fighting ourselves and pick a real fight, because we're all getting played, but y'all don't hear me. It's called the Grand Unified Theory. People of the world, it's time to unite, stop fighting ourselves and pick a real fight, because we're all getting played, but y'all don't hear me. It's called the Grand Unified Theory. Strength in numbers, we've got the power of the math to make the exploiters feel the power of the wrath of 5 billion strong, and growing by the minute. With the best team yet, it's time to take the title pennant and cut up the pie, make sure we all get a slice. There's enough to go around and we could all live nice, but that day will never come until the people all agree to have some solidarity against the greedy and elite. We need to see the big picture and escape our microcosm, or the seed will always struggle and the flower never blossom. But it starts from the bottom, not the middle or the top. So nature blessed the rebel that's been blessed with hip-hop. So people of the world, it's time to unite, stop fighting ourselves and pick a real fight, because we're all getting played, but y'all don't hear me. It's called the Grand Unified Theory. People of the world, it's time to unite. Stop fighting ourselves and pick a real fight, because we're all getting played, but y'all don't hear me. It's called the Grand Unified Theory.
Unified theory, the grand 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 unified theory.
The inner fragmentation of man mirrors his view of the world outside, which is seen as a multitude of separate objects and events. The natural environment is treated as if it consisted of separate parts to be exploited by different interest groups. The fragmented view is further extended to society, which is split into different nations, races, religious and political groups. The belief that all these fragments in ourselves, in our environment, and in our society are really separate can be seen as the essential reason for the present series of social, ecological, and cultural crises. It has alienated us from nature and from our fellow human beings. It has brought a grossly unjust distribution of natural resources, creating economic and political disorder, an ever-rising wave of violence, both spontaneous and institutionalized, and an ugly, polluted environment in which life has often become physically and mentally unhealthy. The Tao of Physics, 1975. Fritjof Capra.
Mr. Luck D,
Yeah.
and my man Mayday,
No doubt.
with the deal, baby.
ESP Collective up in here. Usual suspects up in here.
2004, what's the scheme, kid?
Yo, we're taking over the whole fucking planet, baby.
Yeah,
04.
about to show 'em how it's done.
Check it. The extremely selective and highly effective, deadly collective on case like detectives. Programmed to wreck kids with flows that's defective, and I'm always met with respect when I check it. My vision's corrected. I seen who they step with. Strike is preemptive, like contraceptives. I'm always protected, no matter how tempted. I know who they crept with and enemies they slept with. Shit, that's a death wish. You get the message, no need to press it, but definitely stress it. I hope you brought your vest with in case we're feeling festive and popping fireworks like July 4th sessions and teaching cats lessons. Better count the blessings before we start testing and give evaluations. No time for vacation or television stations, so MCs is faking. Get ready for cremation. Whether a rhyme
Or a scheme,
or just a rhyme scheme, the ESP Dream Team operates like machines. In your hood,
on your block,
on your street,
tell the cops,
cause May and Luck D set to blow up the spot.
Hey yo, it's Luck D. Can you hear me clearly? If not, blink twice. I don't want these cats to see me. You must believe me, because this shit won't be easy. But I now have the leverage to run with the cheese freely. The contract's not up, but the funds are knotted up. Plus they just reneged on a deal and I don't give a fuck. The idea here is to stay real low, and when they least expect it, we barge in for the low blow, running the whole show to the flow. You feel me yet? No? Listen to the details, and I'll take it slow. Phase A, remain in recon, just like a ghost, and watch the every move. I mean, watch them close. Phase B, when the transport leaves for VA, rest assured they will move with their most heavy toast, leaving only a skeleton crew behind to guard the post. And of course you know that in the tower is a server and the host. Now the Omega team, lightly armored, will have to shut the power down. The emergency feeders will provide the juice to the UPS up in the server in the main tower. The beta team has neutralized the guardsmen and escort the demo team into position. With the blast doors defused, Top can complete the mission. Phase C, download the virus, codename Osiris. Transfer into the account, Mucho Green Papyrus. Not least but last, we'll have around 3 minutes to pass through the underground tunnel. We should bounce without a scratch, but in the event that something goes wrong, we move to Phase D. This must be hasty, before it gets pasty. No time to get crazy, cause if shit hits the fan, I promise you now, some of you may get wasted. And most importantly, maintain position and remain calm. If you do exactly as I say, Mission Mayday scheme should go off like a bomb. Godspeed, gentlemen. I will see you back at the rendezvous. And at that time, believe me, we'll be living lavish. Flying first class on a one-way to Paris. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
Whether a rhyme
Or a scheme,
or just a rhyme scheme, the ESP Dream Team operates like machines. In your hood,
on your block,
on your street,
tell the cops,
cause May and Luck D set to blow up the spot.
boom.
Step inside.
ESP crew.
Mista Mayday and UnPaid bill.
Step inside.
ESP crew.
Hey, representing Angel D for dust.
Step inside.
ESP crew. The hired gun. Topix.
Step inside.
ESP crew. MC Lucky D and DJ Hoodoo.
Step inside.
BK to Connecticut, right back to BK. ESP DJs. It takes time to analyze the gravity of situations. I always reflect and think before decision making. Is the pot for the taking, or will stress be breaking my psyche down to the atoms of creation? Reflect and connect, refract and act, keep things on track. Take a sec to think back. Reflect and connect, refract and act, keep things on track. Take a sec to think back. I keep my sword sharp and illuminate the dark with the light of the wisdom gained from insight. Word life, I wanna get it right from the start, but everyone makes mistakes and things fall apart. So I speak from the heart to keep things genuine while I sip gin and wine and reflect in my mind on the time when things was better or maybe worse. But as nature takes its course, I reflect in my verse. We're all products of the decisions we have made in this game of life, the one that everybody plays with the cards we've been given. Living life how we're living, there's no time for regrets and there's no time for misgivings. Just learn from mistakes and keep that poker face. Forget that rat race and seek a higher place. Elevate the mind, body, spirit, and soul. Just become your own person and maintain control. Reflect and connect, refract and act, keep things on track. Take a sec to think back. Reflect and connect, refract and act, keep things on track. Take a sec to think back.
The course of life is something like a beam of light that travels in a straight line through the night. And only where it's reached can you have eyesight. And it's always 20/20 when the vision's hindsight. That's why we reflect to connect with the past, and then we refract to bend the light's path. It's a subtle adjustment, either here or there, brings the greatest of bliss or the deepest despair. So always reflect and decide with great care, and do your research. If someone else has been there, we could learn from their actions and make a better choice. We're given 2 ears, but just 1 voice. So lend an ear to the past and the other to the present. Then speak wisely for our future descendants. Be more than a peasant, teach a lesson to the presidents. Give birth to understanding for all the earth's residents.
Reflect and connect,
Refract and act, keep things on track.
Take a sec to think back.
Reflect and connect,
Refract and act,
keep things on track.
take a sec to think back. Reflect,
Refract,
connect,
act, reflect,
refract,
connect,
act, reflect,
refract,
connect,
act, reflect,
refract,
connect.
act.
So look, listen, observe, and also respect this. Draw it up, dissect, and reflect this. So look, listen, observe, and also respect this. Draw it up, dissect, and reflect this.
Realize no compromise satisfies the wise. Generalize unpaid bill, will edit and revise. As Mista Mayday focuses the third eye to try and overstand the lies that society provides. Choose sides in the battle, the herder or the cattle. They want you to think it's time to buy a new saddle. If you fall into this, another soul will dismiss. So write your wish list and give death a kiss. Till Babylon fall, there'll be no peace at all. From a sprint to a jog to a crawl to a stall. Check the allegory, 107 stories of glory, filled with so much pride, now exploited on Maury Povich. With vocab like whole bitch, rich. Don't act like you don't know this, just take time to notice. In the land of tunnels, trains, skyscrapers, and bridges. You can call me superstitious, but I've had inner visions.
Yeah, D-A-double-Z-Z,
Yeah,
with Mista Mayday.
word.
We rockin' the rebel bass, y'all.
No doubt.
We rollin' deep, y'all. Why's that? Because we rollin' with the ESP Collective. What you want stepping through? Is this hectic enough for you? The wrecking crew, you can feel it in the front, kids know it in the back. In the basement, pulling seeds out the Tron sack. Heavy bricks crack when I cough. You ought to learn, cause nobody survived. You feel the blister and burn, it's just the vice that you earn. More so than tricycle turn. Only members of your fan club, you're lacing your germs, man. I'm busting off rounds, now you're swallowing pounds of the rugged shit, bugging off a stereo sound. It's like my feet meet the street. Meanwhile, Brainiac will bring it back, bum rush, and tag it on a royal flush. Or some such old story that you told me when I was 11. Till now it adds up to treason through many seasons. Backpacks and occupations, man, the whirlwind shift you down the barrel of a gun. Told my boy, have fun, better hit me in a week or two. Another one bites the dust, ain't nothing new. Dragonfly, that's how I call myself when I need a head check. I throw the ESP up in the tape deck. Life change, microphone ripping with the rage of a solar king. Finally back to sit on his throne. I'm getting dusted and banging my head, shining my light. My handprints left on the mic like battle sites. Oh my God, don't fuck with Starchild. Got the heaviest nuts and heavy enough, I bust them in your gut, son, I kill ya. Rap sheets get burned in my delivery. Call me hell child, follow my flow. You know the chemistry, but I know the alchemy enough to see your weakness and exploit it. Secret Service want the evidence, but I destroyed it. You're the weak link, I'll even hit you with the kitchen sink. Open up your brain, make you spit your game to a shrink.
Yeah, no doubt we got that ESP connection. With groove pavement, baby.
I beat you in the pilot, then I killed you in the sequence.
Mista Mayday.
I beat you in the pilot, then I killed you in the sequence. I beat you in the pilot, then I killed you in the sequence.
Mista Mayday.
I beat you in the pilot, then I killed you in the sequence. I beat you in the pilot, then I killed you in the sequence. ESP. I beat you in the pilot, then I killed you in the sequel. You could never be my equal.
From within strongly fortified walls of stone comes the word of the monarch perched high on his throne. These orders to be carried out across the land by legions of men enforced on the common man, endorsed by the church and contradictory to science. But death is the price to pay for defiance, so they lay in silence and accept this world order where the rich rule the state, who gives the army orders, and it's only right that the poor should starve and sacrifice for the rich because they're closer to God. Peasants work for their lords who sit fat in the crib and never lift a finger but still reap the benefits, until one day a revolution spark brought the end of feudalism and opened up the markets to the birth of capitalism and class systems. The ruling class with profits has a good living, while everyone else, they gotta work for a wage that's set by the owners 2 steps above slaves. And the cheaper their labor, the richer they get, and big business money speaks loud to the government, and corporate competition ends up with monopolies who need more markets so acquire new properties. Hence imperialism and unjust wars to make money for the rich. You're doing 2-year tours, but of course it's in the name of some just cause, promoted by the media, endorsed by laws, which both, by the way, are controlled by the same class who want to keep things the same. So brainwash the mass with the same catchphrases of freedom and liberty, while they eliminate our freedom and cut civil liberties. But genetic food is good and MasterCard is priceless. Just be ready for the next economic crisis. Is far from capitalist. I speculate about society like Karl Marx did, but that'll probably be labeled as a terrorist. The Patriot Act would lock up the true patriots. Now picture John Adams in Guantanamo Bay. Man, he'd probably share a cell with Paul Revere today. It's just another case of the dominant class forcing their self-serving ways upon the mass, and it's all in the name of the self-preservation, maintaining control of the world's strongest nation. Who got regimes? We got one right here. So what? It changes names every 4-8 years. They protect the same interests of capital elites and throw occasional bones to the streets in the this two-party shitstorm, this capitalism, not quite democracy. It's closer to a prison, especially for minorities and working class victims of daily propaganda, media, religion. Now you're thinking what's changed? It's always been that way. True, but the problem is much worse today with big business thugs and media monopolies. You think you got options? Open your eyes and see. For Porky the pig, they're pumping drugs in our lungs that make it harder to breathe. But if their pockets get fatter, you know they really don't care. They sell water in a bottle and next to be air. Now that they own the resources, they control the government. They can eliminate the burden and increase the supplement. That's just the way that they plan. Call it the New World Order. The richest man with the land could divide up the borders. The poorest man would withstand for as long as they could, until it's time to reform. From the hoods to the woods, it's time to react. Time to take the streets back. Time to stop faking tracks. Let's put our names on the map. We gotta start by organizing, stating goals and realizing things get worse before better. Sunsets before rising. Next we need a definite course of action. Who's with us and against us? Identify the factions and always be prepared for preemptive strikes. Cause big brother's watching both day and night. Turn water to metal, more valuable than ice. Forged to many shapes, it's crafted precise. I'm that nice, redefine the science of life and convey through mics what I've known since Christ. And what appeared self-evident to Brooklyn ghetto residents was far from the president who's quick to be hesitant, but not a battle cat who tattered tracks with batter raps and felon caps who shower gases, splatter caps under hats. When I lay tracks, it's like feeding wet cement. They leave a permanent impression on your ear. Your mind is bent and redesigned to withstand high velocity impacts like nuclear fission or precision guided raps. Feel the wrath of the map, the exquisite physics, but only half of the path is one well enough to visit. I'm sure it'll take more than a compass to bump this. You'll be found in the land of the lost for saying dumb shit. You'll be found in the land of the lost for spreading hype. You'll be found in the land of the lost for stealing mics. You'll be found in the land of the lost for writing scripts. You'll be found in the land of the lost for selling bullshit. I cut myself with a razor just to see if I could feel in these cold winter nights. I swear to God this shit is real. I peel caps with their skulls attached, pull the brain out the gap and burn them all in a sacrifice for rap. I'm that cat who'll pick up the slack, skills where majorities lack, and I'm sliding like escape from a trap. Bolted doors with spikes in the floor, you ain't even breathing no more. That's what it's like to live one of my metaphors. Competition, all bits like metaphors. Defeat hurts like the swipe of a mountain lion's inner claws. It go beyond the rap, beyond the scrap. I promise you'll be wishing for your sanity back. Cause if you wake up on a metal table, you weren't abducted by aliens. It was me and my Mercury Sable. Got the woods locked like the witch. Better lose your stare quick, or we'll smooth this out like hair picks. Next tell, direct connect. Topics direct respect, or you be owing me like rent checks. Hate the truth, well I'ma make you face it. You're lost, you'll taste it. See the light like witnessing the Matrix. Me to you, it's advanced to basic. Spicy to taste this. Take your life, contemplate and erase it.
But I'm not saying he should've killed her, but I understand.
You'll be found in the land of the lost for spreading hype. You'll be found in the land of the lost
for stealing mics.
You'll be found in the land of the lost for biting scripts. You'll be found in the land of the lost
for selling bullshit.
I wrote this rhyme in a cave on the Iberian coast with the Atlantic Ocean flowing through my toes. I sat alone for a toast and contemplated the most about constructing an album with the purest of flows. From the mouth to hell, I spit heat and magma and stay deep undercover like cloak and dagger. Hit the ball with my mans and track till we stagger. Made moves on the low like graffiti taggers. Broke ranks from the norm to achieve new heights and improve the outlook with unobscured eyesight. And when my mind takes flight, the rhymes will excite the masses to clash and demand what's right. I spit fire through mics and bring wisdom to light and drop knowledge like a knife brought to a gunfight. I'm on point like fight, still fly like a kite. Some say my style's vintage like my freestyle bite, but I laugh and keep moving cause I know it's timeless. A lot of the new shit now is mindless. I work hard to refine this deep like oil miners. If you missed a few lines, should go back and rewind.
You'll be found in the land of the lost
for spreading hype.
You'll be found in the land of the lost
for stealing mics.
You'll be found in the land of the lost
for writing scripts.
You'll be found
found in the land of the lost.
Selling bullshit. You'll miss this shiftless Christmas of giftless bliss. This flow of water and wine divine. In line for Academy Awards. Applause, no pause as laws break like glass jaws. This cause of action is attacking every whack faction of rapping. For the payouts of sanctions, I'm fine like models walking thin red lines. A jewelry that shines so bright it blinds your eyes. I'm wise, more than all tie and profit. The wisdom I possess can't be stored in a locket. Brain power steady, more than course of a rocket. See the punch coming? Too slow to stop it. Target acquired, a point for impact. Life's a plane, I got control of the cockpit. Play with your dreams like you drop one hit, then shock your career like a fork in the socket. Mastermind, I mind what I master. Seal deals turn money water to plaster. I'm rude too, you can call me a bastard, but the last guy who did turn up in a casket. I chop you up, hand you out in a basket. Got the answer to the question, you too pissed to ask it. Right now revenge is a bitch, so it's pain, suffering, and the itch to get rich. Pull the lever, then you make the switch. Or the switchblade will make sure you learn to shut up and sit.
Let's do a block like the Godfather.
You'll be found in the land of the lost. You'll be found in the land of the lost.
Stealing mics.
You'll be found in the land of the lost. You'll be found in the land of the lost.
Selling bullshit.
Keep telling these cats, man, times have changed. Things just ain't the way they used to be no more. Conscious rap, rebel music. You like it cause you choose it, but if it doesn't sell, you'll lose it. And even independent labels abuse this.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
You got recipe hits and variety's dead.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
What happened to the guards? What happened to the dreads? What happened to the beats and digging in the crates? What happened to the DJs with real mixtape shit? Times have changed, but not on the up and up. The balloon done pop, but they still haven't got enough. Maybe one day they'll have a new perspective if they're sleeping in the gutter butt naked. And then remember what's important, my friend. It's food, clothing, shelter, not 20-inch rims. But rap's gone pop, but music is big business. Record execs push music on image, so now rappers gotta have the right image. And they all playing skits at the scrimmage, man. It's a joke, but I ain't laughing. It's like a tragic comedy, performer rapping. It's highly acclaimed and its sales have soared. You can catch it at the Sellout of the Year awards. Come on.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
You got recipe hits and variety's dead.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
What happened to the guards? What happened to the dreads?
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
Everyone is buying rap but don't know what it is.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
Man, shut the hell up and listen to me spit. Now maybe I'm old school and see a little different, but the lenses in my glasses ain't tinted. In hip-hop, selling out was bad, but nowadays it seems to be the fad. In hip-hop, making beats was key. Nowadays, everyone got a trinity. Well, fuck it, I'm old, I love digging in crates. I get my hands dirty, staying up mad late. Unwinding with a 40 and a BDP tape. Tagging notebooks and cutting wax until the needle breaks. Saving spare change to buy some new records. And making mixtapes so my homeboys can check it. And freestyling on the roof in summertime. Always inspired by the Brooklyn skyline. And lucky with the split, we smoking to the clip. Cracking jokes on these commercial rap kids. If the shit is so real, why they different every week? They must study BET to learn how to speak. This jam is dedicated to those who know me, and all the real heads that recognize the phony. What I said in 92, I still say today. I ain't never selling out, it's your boy Mayday, come on.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
You got recipe hits and variety's dead.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
What happened to the guards? What happened to the dreads?
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
Everyone is buying rap but don't know what it is.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
Man, shut the fuck up and listen to me spit. Now some say I'm hating, say I got no clout, but man, I love hip-hop and I can never sell out. I got too much respect for the power of music, while these other phony motherfuckers choose to abuse it. Anyone could be a G up on MTV. Just get a good age and a Scully and a fresh jersey. Rock a little ice, rent a new whip, show a little ass and rap about how you're rich. Well, I went a different route. I chose to rise above, and I only do hip-hop strictly for the love. Fuck a club. Catch me out at open mics or on college radio hip-hop night. I've been recording rap tracks since 1991, and nowadays I rock shows with my man Hired Gun. I sold a few mixtapes with UnPaid bill. Back the dough, bought a studio, and now we just chill. And Angel D's my girl, I love her to death, and we'll make music together until our last breath. So now we got a few fans and sell a few records, but we love what we do, and you gotta respect it.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
You got recipe hits and variety's dead.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
What happened to the guards? What happened to the dreads?
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
Everyone is buying rap and don't know what it is.
Times change for these hip-hop heads.
Shut the hell up and listen to me cut.
Times change for these hip-hop heads. Times change for these hip-hop heads. Times change for these hip-hop heads. Change for these hip-hop heads. Dreads track my feds for the things that they said. Hip-hop, 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 hip-hop head. Hip-hop, hip-hop, hip-hop.
This is the story of Droid World. You can read along with me in your book. Let's begin now. A menacing war machine, powered above him.
An Imperial warbot.
Warbot began shaking violently. Sparks flew everywhere.
I have won, but at what price? My world is in ruins. Look at this terrible waste. Half the population is destroyed.
Big ups to DJ Nasty Nell. Rebel Bass, baby.
If the Empire can't find him, they can't destroy him.
The Telecommunication Act of 1996 deregulates media ownership, and again in 2003, the FCC gives freedom for monopolies. Who does this benefit? Not you and me, but the owners of the papers, radio and TV, and who else? You better think again. They give thanks in the form of campaign contribution. That's right now, who's sleeping with who? Don't buy the tabloids, just turn on the news. It's just another rated program to sell ad space. That's why there's so much drama all up in your face. They love war, tragedy, sex, and gore. Terrorism keeps you tuned in, you need to watch more. And if it bleeds, it leads, but you watch the whole cast. Because of course the most important story is last. And in the middle is the fluff about pop music stars. The dates, the clothes, their exotic new cars. But that ain't news, that's marketing for free. Because the label and the network are the same company. It's about time the American people open their eyes and see the media for what it is. Privately owned corporations with their own interests in mind, and it's all about that money.
When it comes to something we say, what they don't like is a brother like me on the mic. When it comes to something we say, what they don't like is a brother like me on the mic.
What they don't like is a brother like me. Brother like me on the mic. When it comes to something we say. What they don't like when it comes to something we say. When it comes to something we say. What they don't like when it comes to something we say. What they don't like is a brother like me on the mic. Brother like me on the mic. Brother like me on the mic.
MCs, DJs, B-boys, put your mics up, put your turns up, put your nikes up, come on. Brooklyn, home of the up rocker, short shot, show shocker, big beat clocker.
Rock for a fee, not for free.
Mista Mayday,
ESP.
y'all know me, around the way cat with beats, laying tracks since 93, representing the East. And peace to CT, where my mom's birthed me, October 7-6, New London County. Times changed for these hip-hop heads, dreads track my feds for the things that they said. Hip-hop purists, revolutionary heads, so-called street rappers making hits, how that's dead. We still chopping loops and drums to create it. Some say it's antiquated, but it's never outdated.
You heard we quit, no way, bullshit. You heard we quit, no way, You heard we quit, no way, bullshit. You heard we quit, bullshit.
Man, I love hip-hop, but it gots to be real shit. This commercial music gets me so damn pissed. But then they wanna flip it and say I'm player hate and try to discredit me because I'm saying they're faking. Fuck 'em, straight up. And everyone that buy this shit too, they want exclusive brand new. I prefer 92. When MC stood for something, called you out if you was front, pulled your card if you was blunt. Just stick to dancing or something. Keep them keyboard beats up inside of your cord. Ain't no soul in that shit, no heart like a cyborg. Your rhymes are full of drama and lack longevity. It's like who wants to be a millionaire and mine's a jeopardy. Throughout the course of life, I spit the truth on the mic, and I can never be bought out, no matter the price. Throughout the course of life, I spit the truth on the mic, and I can never be bought out, no matter the price. Throughout the course of life, I spit the truth on the mic, and I can never be bought out, no matter the price. Throughout the course of life, I spit the truth on the mic, and I can never be bought out, no matter the price.